Hey guys, welcome to another Power Tool Tips with Bonita by Rachel. Today we are talking all about sanding. So I feel like DIYers fall into two categories with sanding. You either love it and find it super therapeutic, or you hate it and it's the worst part of the job. But most woodworking pieces require some level of sanding at some point in the process. So we're going to talk about different sanders, sandpaper, when to use each thing. So the sander that I use the most is a mouse sander. It has this narrow tip. What's nice about this is it's really good for detailed work and getting in spaces. I also have a palm sander, so it's just a square. You guys have seen me use this with my concrete countertops. And this is, again, it's just good for like large surface things. They also have orbital sanders that are round, and those probably give you the most smooth finish. And then there's also belt sander where the sandpaper is rotating. So when we're looking for sandpaper, it comes in different grits, and you'll see it has different numbers. The lower the number, the rougher the paper is. So you can see this is like 80, 100, 120, 150, and 220. And as you go up in number, it becomes smoother, okay? I like to start on certain projects. For example, with this project where I'm trying to smooth it out and take off some of this first layer of paint, a 60 or an 80 is a really good one to start with. But then you want to work your way up. You don't want to just go from 60 and then jump to like 220, okay? So work your way up with the different papers. If you're looking for that really smooth finish, 220 is good, but I would even go up to 320 to just get like that buttery, soft feel. So I want to show you up close so you can see how rough this is. This is the 80, then we go to 100, just a little bit finer. We've got 120, a little finer, 150, a little finer, and then 220, which is very smooth. Then there are also unique sandpapers like this that are specifically designed for metal to get a smooth finish as well. Now most newer sanders like this one have some sort of dust collection system on them, or you can hook them up to a hose and like a shop vac. You want to make sure you have a good system for maintaining dust. You don't want to be breathing that in or letting that get like all over you. But with my sander, for example, with this dust collection system, I have to dump it out every 10 minutes. So you want to make sure that if it has like a dust bag, you know that, and you're actually like dumping out and then putting it back on so the sawdust is not flying out at you. Now, a lot of times you're just going to be sanding a simple pine board or wood board and not trying to take paint off. So I'm going to show you the difference there too. Okay, now hopefully you can see how yellow the top looks. So when you sand pine, it really is just like a nice light color, but this part is still yellow. So that's part of the reason why you can also sand your wood, is you'll get a better tone. Now I've just shown you power sanders. There are a couple of other sanding methods. So you can just use sandpaper and you can wrap it around a block to have like a sanding block, or they make blocks that you can use to hand sand as well. And then you can also use sanding sponges, and those are great for like a wet sand. If you wet sand something, then it will not have all of the dust. So especially for like a drywall or a concrete, those are really good methods to look into. So I wasn't sure if I had any of these, but I found a couple. These are sanding blocks. They're very well loved. If I am sanding like a spackling patch in the house, these are usually what I use, but it's totally up to you. These come in different grits as well. These are like 220, and they are also great for sanding. It's just a little more work by hand than it is with a power sander. So thanks for joining Sanding Tips. I hope that this helps you make sanding a little bit easier and more enjoyable for your next project.